Destroying Destiny. Book 1. The Westerfish. Chapter 13. The Islands of the East. From Patrick's cavernous mouth-top, the occasional drool drop drips, and on the tongue below, the saliva pools and puddles or hits the heads of our heroic threesome and their bunny companions. The damp air couples the solemn atmosphere well, not one person speaking a happy word too many, but spewing what hateful phrases they can manage. In fear, Norman and his family hide in their homely mouth slit, evading the angry fits and fitful anger of a bunch of bunnies. Only moments ago, the final pangs and pains of the mindful food left the bunnies, the finally relieved one soon joining its complaining siblings. The bunnies mumble, mutter, and utter their distaste for the mindful food's taste and effects, while waiting to escape the frog's innards to continue their treks. Despite the ruckus, Gertrude with Steve, Pancake, Colonel Bonnie, General Benjamin, and the soon-to-be Easter Bunny, Coco, stand at the front of the troops, calmly discussing their plans for arriving at the islands of the East. "I'm not sure as to what we should do, honestly," Benjamin spoke. "There are high chances that we have already been spotted, and the Westerfishes will be lining the shore." Simple, Father," Bonnie boasted. "We get ourselves ready for battle." "Bonnie, I don't know if it'll be that simple. We're all starving, and all there is to eat here is that—" Benjamin shivered. "Mindful food." "We don't have much other choice, though, do we?" Bonnie asserted. "No, I think we do," Gertrude said, spinning his sword. "We could trick them, and it should be easy. The Westerfishes don't seem to be of much intelligence." "And I suppose you have an idea, boy?" Bonnie chided. "Well, I don't, but Steve does. We planned on doing this as a prank to someone back home." Gertrude rustled his back, trying to get Steve's attention, but the bag didn't respond. "Steve, hey!" "What?" Steve zipped. "Oh, sorry, I was busy listening to Luciano singing." I was listening, though." The backpack paused a moment, taking in a little more of the caterpillar song, then continued. "Well, I heard about these warriors in the Trojan War that wanted to attack a city from the inside out, so they built a giant wooden horse elephant, pushed it to the city's front gate, hid inside of it, and allowed their enemies to pull the masterpiece into the city. The poor people thought the horse elephant was a gift, but it was really a trap, and the people inside the horse elephant jumped out and massacred the city." Shocked, every listener's eyes brightened as the idea of Steve's tale settled. Then the backpack added, "I think they call that trap the Trojan horse elephant, or at least that is what I've heard." "Ah, I see what you are proposing," General Benjamin said, thoughtfully twiddling with his ears. "Yes, we could use Patrick and Patricia as our Trojan horse elephant, and the Westerfishes are so dense that they will think the frogs are gifts of some kind." The old bunny hopped in joy. "Brilliant, backpack, brilliant indeed." So, without further discussion but a lot of instruction, the General Benjamin spread the word throughout the bunnies, and soon all bunny ears knew of the plan ahead. It was simple. Only silence was required for the plan. That, and for Patrick to understand the words spoken to him through a messenger inside of his mouth, which, of course, worked easily and simply with everyone yelling the plan at once. It required perfect timing and too many times trying, but finally achieving success, Patrick grunted what everyone hoped was an approval of the plan. "I do hope, indeed, that Patrick heard us correctly," Benjamin worried. "We should be arriving soon." Just as the word escaped General Benjamin's mouth, Patrick suddenly jerked to a stop. "Well, as I said..." "Don't worry, if Patrick didn't get the message, we'll just have to fight up front," Bonnie shouted, riling up all the bunny troops. Benjamin glared at the children. "Quiet! If the Westerfishes hear us inside, this plan is bound to failure." Immediately, the bunnies hushed, and all was quiet except the occasional slosh of saliva on Patrick's tongue. All the bunny ears swiveled, listening for any activity outside of the frog. Whispering, Pancake looked to Gertrude. "I am worried." "Pan, it'll be all right," the boy grinned, combing back his hair and spinning his sword. "No worries, you have Gertrude the Valiant protecting you." "Yeah, and Steve the Grand," Steve zipped. "Wow, I feel so safe," Pancake muttered. "Shh, listen, girl," Bonnie commanded, and Pancake glared back, but did as she was told, hearing the voices of Westerfishes outside Patrick's mouth. There were at least 10 fishes speaking, but they all sounded identical, the indicator of different fishes speaking being the sudden change in the voice's location. "Wow, what a find," one fish said. "Surely these frogs are for us, a gift from Destiny himself." "I don't know," another rambled from the left. "They look kind of stupid with their eyes looking in 2 directions, but then again, why else would 2 giant frogs come upon our islands on our special holiday, Fishmas, the wonderful day when we celebrate our own existence?" "There is no other conclusion. These must be gifts from Dark Lord Jane for us. Let's all go tell Mother and Father of the good tidings," one of the fishes spoke, standing directly in front of the frog. "Are you sure all of us should go?" another said, on the right. "What about the workers? They might run off." "They never have before," yet another said, calling from the back of his siblings' crowd. "Good point. So let's all go to the front of the palace." And with that, all the fishes scurried away while the pounding of their footsteps and the chanting of Fishmas carols followed. Inside Patrick, not a word escaped any mouth until every sound of the fishes diminished and disappeared. The Westerfish's song gone, laughter filled the vast cavern, the bunnies mocking the fishes' stupidity and foolishness. "That was too easy, those fools! Their mind must be slower than a sloth goat," Bonnie laughed, patting her father on the back. General Benjamin lightly smiled. "I don't know how we plan on doing this battle, but..." Before General Benjamin could finish his sentence, Patrick's jaw dropped open and sunlight soaked the damp, torch-lit mouth, blinding our heroes and the bunnies. The priorly hopeful bunnies chattered in confusion. Why had Patrick's mouth opened? Why had Patrick opened his mouth? Did he not hear the plan correctly? "Oh my," the general uttered. "Why did he open up? This wasn't part of the plan." Gurgles of a froggy snore answered all the questions. The frog had fallen asleep, exhausted from the long swim to the islands, and beside Patrick, Patricia slept as well. Luckily, not a single fish was nearby. All had left, so all of our heroes and bunnies were safe for the time being. "What are we going to do?" Benjamin worried, scratching his head and thumping his foot. "Fight!" Colonel Bonnie screamed, once again riling up her siblings. "No, enough! We can't fight them up front," the father scolded. "Well, look forward, and you may find your answer, Bunny," Steve zipped. "What, Pack-Pack?" Benjamin said, wincing as he looked into the sunlight, out onto the island surface, and towards candy person upon candy person, chained and working in the carrot fields. The old bunny ceased thumping his foot. "Backpack, are you suggesting that those candy people be our reinforcements?" "Well," the backpack said, pausing for a bit. "Honestly, I didn't know there were candy people. I can't see anything. I just heard once that a change of perspectives helps someone think. So that's kind of why I told you to look forward. But getting them to help sounds like a good idea." "I don't know. They're candy people, not true descendants and family," Benjamin sighed.